Hello there and welcome to the Secrets of Organ Playing podcast. I'm your host, Vidas Pinkevicius. Hello, this is Vidas Pinkevicius and welcome to Secrets of Organ Playing podcast number 35. Today is Sunday, March 27th, 2016. And today is Easter, right? So I wish you, all my listeners, a blessed Easter to you and your families, your loved ones. And today's podcast I thought will be very special because of Easter. Exactly 2 years ago, on April 26, 2014, I played a special Easter hymn improvisation recital at Vilnius University St. John's Church, where I played various improvisations based on special, well-known, very popular Easter hymns. So today's podcast will be devoted exactly to this recital, and I will describe everything what I'm doing, but in the background you will hear the entire recital non-stop. So this recital will teach you basically the principles of hymn improvisation in a very easy manner, because you will see how you can combine, for example, 3 different hymns, not necessarily Easter, but any kind of hymns, right, that go well together. But in this case it will be Easter hymns, and I will describe tonal plan of my improvisation, and also formal procedures that I'm doing, and also of course registration. So I hope this podcast will be very useful and inspiring to you, because you can take advantage of any number of hymns that you love, combine them in very simple ways, and create improvisations that your listeners, your congregation will simply enjoy. So let's go to the show, and let's start this recital, and you will hear my voice over this background of improvisations. Okay, so before we start, I try to describe what the first hymn will be. The first improvisation is based on 3 hymns: Hail Thee Festival Day, Christ is Risen, Alleluia, and the Day of Resurrection. It will be created in 8 parts. The main key will be G major, and I will be describing what I'm doing with each of the hymns as we're listening. Okay, so let's go to the entire recital. The registration. Registration simply is principal chorus, very loud principal chorus on all 3 manuals, with mixtures 16 feet based on the grade, on the first manual in our case, and the pedals of course are having the reeds posaune 16 foot, and the first manual I think is coupled to make it more bright. Okay, so Hail Thee Festival Day. So I'm starting this hymn in G major on the first manual. with the pedals playing the bass, and the tune is in the soprano. Alright, the middle part is on the second manual in A minor. This entire hymn is sort of in the rondo form with refrain. Here we're hearing it, this famous refrain. Tune by Ralph Vaughan Williams, of course. Salve Festa Dies. Okay. On the third manual, I'm playing now the second episode in C major. Now E minor. Again the refrain. Back to first manual. With the repeat. And now the B part of my improvisation. Here comes in G major, Christ is risen, Alleluia, on the second manual. It also has the refrain, which is repeated right now. On the first manual, I return to Hail Thee Festival Day, section A again, but now is D major key. On the third manual, on E minor, I'm playing the hymn The Day of Resurrection. In E minor, right? But remember, this hymn is in major key, so I have to make it sound in minor key, convert it and reharmonize it a little bit. Probably you cannot even recognize this hymn very well, but you will later on. So next comes section A again in C major, Hail Thee Festival Day, on the first manual. On the second manual comes B section in C major, Christ is risen, Alleluia. And section C again in G major, the day of resurrection. On the third manual. And there comes the last refrain, Hail Thee Festival Day in G major, section A. On the first manual, coupled with the third full principal chorus with the pedals. Next on the program is also a very famous hymn, Jesus Christ is risen today, Alleluia. And it has also improvisations on three parts. Jesus Christ is risen today, Alleluia. Lo Judas, lion wins the strife. And who is this that comes from Edom, or they're called Neander. So the main key is, of course, C major, and I'm reducing registration now somewhat to principles 8 and 4, I believe, on each manual. So, section A, Jesus Christ is risen today, Alleluia, on the first manual, principles 8 and 4. Section B, Lo Judas, lion wins the strife, Bohemian melody from about 1600s, in C major, on the second manual, principles 8 and 4. Section A again, but in G major, Jesus Christ is risen today, Alleluia. It's called Easter hymn, right? From 1708, Lyra Davidica. It's transposed a little bit higher to the dominant key in G major. Manual 3, in A minor, who is this that comes from Edom, Neander. This hymn originally is written in major key, but I'm transposing it in A minor. Surprisingly, it works very well in minor also. Okay. Back to manual 1, section A, in F major, Easter hymn, Jesus Christ is risen today, Alleluia, principles 8 and 4. Section B, In F major, Low Judas Lion wins the strife on the second manual, also principals 8 and 4. And section C, Neander hymn, Who is this that comes from Edom, in C major on the third manual, principals 8 and 4. And the last verse, section A, in C major, Easter hymn, Jesus Christ is risen today, Alleluia. So that was improvisation number 2, Jesus Christ is risen today, Alleluia. And next comes Abide with us, the day is waning. I'm reducing the registration to flutes, probably, yes. Salicinal 8, Undamaris 8 and Flauta Major 8 on the first manual, and strings and 8-foot flute on the second, and 8-foot flute on the third also. So the opening hymn is Abide with us, the day is waning, in G minor. It's a German melody, Lutheran melody. Wer nur den lieben Gott lässt walten, created by Georg Neumark in 1640. Another hymn in G minor, section B, on the second manual, strings, string registration, Ye Sons and Daughters of the King, by Melchior Vulpius. The tune is Gelobt sei Gott, created in 1609. It's in 3/4 meter, as you can feel. In order for these hymns to work together, they all have to have the same meter, either 4/4 meter or 3/4 meter. So that's how I grouped them. Now back to section A, in D minor, Abide with us, the day is waning, on the first manual. Sounds Salicinal 8, Flauta Major 8 and Undamaris 8. I'm adding a little flourish with the bass, not necessarily holding the exact harmonization as in the hymnal, but using a little bit creatively. Okay, section C, in B flat major. The tune is Palestrina, created by Giovanni Pierluigi da Palestrina in 1591. And the hymn is called The Strife is Over, the Battle Done. in E flat major. I'm playing on the third manual. It's actually not a flute, but it's a viola da gamba string stop on the third manual. So anyway, in B flat major. Now back to section A in C minor. Abide with us, the day is waning on the first manual. I'm transposing it to C minor. C minor is the subdominant of G minor. It has 3 flats. Okay. Section B on the second manual in C minor again. Ye sons and daughters of the king, or Gelobt sei Gott by Melchior Vulpius in C minor. Interesting enough is this hymn is actually written in major key, but I am converting it to fit the mode. It's in minor, and it works surprisingly well. And section C in G minor, Palestrina tune, G minor, 2 flats on the third manual with this viola da gamba stop. So in order to have this improvisation prepared, you have to think in scale degrees in different keys, and that will make transposition easy. And the closing section on the first manual, section A in G minor, Abide with us, the day is waning by Georg Neumark. Wer nur den lieben Gott lässt walten. It's the tonic key. Next on the program is the hymn called The Day of Resurrection, and it also is created out of 3 hymns. This hymn, and then Like the Golden Sun Ascending, and the last is He is a Risen Glorious Word. I will comment later. I'm now preparing registration, making the reeds trumpet 8 on the first manual, and then together with octave 4 trumpet 8 on the second manual with octave 4, and Krummhorn on the third manual together with octave 4. The Day of Resurrection in D major, section A in 4/4 meter. It has 2 sharps, F and C sharp, So it's a reedy sound, sounds like trumpet on our organ. Second hymn, section B, in D major, like the golden sun ascending. The tune is Werde munter by Johann Schopp, created in 1642. So I'm playing on the second manual with this reed, trumpet 8 and octave 4, or actually it's called octave flaut 4. Back to section A in the dominant key, the day of resurrection, A major, 3 sharps, F, C and G sharp. I'm playing on the first manual, and the tune is for this hymn is called Lancashire, created by Henry Smart in 1836. Section C in minor key, B minor, on the third manual. B minor also has 2 sharps, and the hymn is called He is a Risen Glorious Word, but the tune we know it today is by Philip Nicolai, created in 1599. It's called Wie schon leuchtet. Originally it's of course a major tune in a major key, but I'm adapting it to fit the mode in minor. This is the Krummhorn sounding reed on the third manual, together with the octave 4. Section A again, we call it the refrain, the day of resurrection in G major. G major has 1 sharp, and the tune is Lancashire by Henry Smart. Trumpet and octave 4 on the first manual. Section B, like the golden sun ascending, or Werde munter by Johann Schopp, in G major, again 1 sharp. I'm playing it in the same meter, same tempo, so it works together well. And I have to transpose it, so I'm keeping in mind the scale degrees of each hymn. That helps me. Section C in D major, Wie schon leuchtet. The tune is by Philip Nicolai from 1599, but the hymn is called He is a Risen Glorious Word. Previously we heard it in B minor, now is in D major with 2 sharps on the Krummhorn and octave 4 on the third manual. And back to section A, the day of resurrection in D major, the tonic key, 2 sharps on the first manual. Trumpet 8 and octave 4. The closing refrain. So it's kind of a rondo form, right? A, B, A, C, A, B, C, and A. And the tonal plan is tonic, tonic, dominant, dominant, tonic, again, and so forth. Related keys, basically. Closely related keys. And now the next is Christ the Lord is risen today. Alleluia. And I'm preparing the registration a little bit louder without the reeds. So Christ the Lord is risen today, Alleluia. The tune is called L'Enfer by Robert Williams, in 1817 created. And it is in G major with 1 sharp. This is the tonic key played on the first manual with principals. 4/4 meter. Second section is also in G major, B. Alleluia, Jesus lives. This is a Swedish tune, Fred till Bud, by Ludwig M. Lindemann from 1871 in G major. Back to Christ the Lord is risen today, Alleluia, in D major, section A, on the first manual. I believe we have principals 8, 4, and 2 in each manual. Meter is common meter. It works well with all 3 hymns. Section 3 or C is in E minor. I know that my Redeemer lives. This is the hymn tune, also known as Duke Street by John Hatton from 1793. Duke Street is obviously originally in major key, which you will hear later on, but first appearance is in minor. Okay, back to C major, section A. Christ the Lord is risen today, Alleluia, on the first manual. So G major is tonic, D major was dominant, E minor was the 6th scale degree key, and C major is subdominant key with 0 accidentals. On the second manual, now I'm playing section B in C major, again with 0 sharps, and this is the subdominant key, Hallelujah, Jesus lives. The tune is called Fred till Bud by Ludwig M. Lindemann from 1871. Section C. I know that my Redeemer lives in G major. Now the tune is more familiar. Duke Street, right? By John Hatton from 1793. On the third manual, principals 8, 4, and 2. And the final refrain in G major, Christ the Lord is risen today, Alleluia. Section A, in G major, 1 sharp, tonic, on the first manual. Principles 8, 4, and 2. Next on the program is a tune called Thine is the Glory, or the hymn Thine is the Glory, in E flat major beginning, 4/4 meter. I'm preparing registration. Alright, I believe it will be louder probably with mutations on each manual too. We'll see. Mutations and even mixtures and coupled manual, so full principal chorus, sort of like the first hymn, with posaune in the pedals. Refrain again. Okay, section B, also in E flat major. Welcome, happy morning. Called the tune called Fortunatus by Arthur S. Sullivan from 19th century. E flat major again, 3 flats. Okay, section A again, refrain. Thine is the glory on the first manual in B flat major. This is the dominant key with 2 flats. Transposition, perfect fourth downward from E flat major. Okay, section C in C minor, 3 flats. This joyful Eastertide, the words, but the tune is Dutch from 17th century, called Vruchten. And of course it's well known in major key, which you will hear later on the 3rd manual, but now it's in C minor, 6 scale degree key, 3 flats. I am adapting it to fit the mode in minor. A flat major, section A, subdominant key, 4 flats. Thine is the glory. I'm transposing it perfect fourth up from the home key of E flat major, subdominant. and finishing in A flat major. A little variation. Section B in subdominant key A flat major. Welcome Happy Morning or Fortunatus. I'm adapting it a little bit rhythmically and closing it in A flat major. E flat major, section C. This joyful Eastertide. Now you probably recognize this tune very well. Vruchten, right? Played on the third manual with mixture and principals. E flat major, 3 flats, a home key, tonic. And back with pedals, Thine is the Glory, section A. On the first manual, closing verse or refrain of this improvisation. Next on the program, Jesus Lives, the Victory is Won. The tune is known as Jesus meine Zuversicht by Johann Krüger from 1656, and I will be playing quite softly. On each manual, maybe 2 flutes, I believe, flauto major and flauto minor, 8 and 4. Flauto, whole flute 8 and Eula 4 on the second, and roar flute 8 and flauto 4 on the third. So starting with Jesus Lives, the Victory is Won in C major. The key is with 0 sharps, and I'm playing in 4/4 meter. So all 3 hymns have to have the same meter, right? That's how I'm grouping it to fit the pulse. On the second manual with 2 flutes, I'm playing section B in C major. Where wilt thou go since night draws near? The tune is known as Ach bleib bei uns, from Geistlicher Lieder, from Leipzig in 1589. Back to the first manual, 8 and 4 flutes. Jesus Lives, the Victory is Won. Home. This is G major with 1 sharp, the dominant key. And I'm adapting a little bit rhythmically and creating variations a little bit. to finish in G major. Section B again. On the second manual, I'm playing now G minor, adding little variation and finishing in G major. D minor, back to section A. D minor, Jesus lives, the victory is won. So I'm adapting the major mode into the minor mode. Creating little variations, extra cadences, and finishing in C major. Now section C, Come Ye Faithful, Raise the Strain, in C major, home key. It's on the third manual, known as Schwing dich auf from Geistliche Andachten, created in Berlin from 1666. And back to section A in C major on the flutes of the first manual, 8 and 4. Jesus lives, the victory is won. Jesus meine Zuversicht. Next on the program is Christ the Lord is risen again. As we know, Christus ist erstanden. The old hymn melody based on Christ ist erstanden, Latin melody from about created in 1100s about, and I will be playing it in D minor, starting in D minor. Oh, the reed sounds. Registration on the first manual is trumpet 8 and bombarde 16. Reed ensemble. Second hymn, B section. In D minor, Hail the day that sees him rise, or Orientis Partibus, the French melody from 1200s. Back to the Christ the Lord is risen again. Christus ist erstanden on the first manual with bombarde and trumpet. In A minor. A minor is the dominant key of D minor. D minor was with 1 flat and now with 0 accidentals. On the third manual, F major sounds, Krummhorn. Morning breaks upon the tomb, or the Innocents, French melody from the 13th century. Originally it's written in D major, but I'm transposing it to F major. So I'm thinking about scale degrees in the new mode. Krummhorn, right? Back to section A in G minor. Christus ist erstanden. G minor has two flats and is the subdominant key of D minor, fourth scale degree. Trumpet and the bombarde. Section B on the second manual. Trumpet 8 and basson 16. Hail the day that sees him rise, Orientis partibus, on the second manual. In G minor, two flats, also the subdominant key. I'm trying to expand it a little bit to create some unpredictable variations, but still ending in G minor. Section C on Krummhorn of the third manual in D minor, in the home key, one flat. Morning breaks upon the tomb, Innocence, the French melody from the 13th century. Ending in D minor, and finishing with Christus ist erstanden on bombarde and trumpet 8 of the first manual. This is the last refrain of this improvisation. Next on the program we have Welcome Happy Morning. Welcome Happy Morning is also known as Sei du mir gegrüßet from Enchiridion, from Lübeck, created in 1545. Sei du mir gegrüßet tune. It will be played in F major, and I'm reducing the registration, I think, to simple octave 4 of first manual. F major, 1 flat. Section B, also octave 4, second manual. Christ the Lord is risen today. Back to the first manual, section A, Welcome Happy Morning in C major, the dominant key with 0 occidentals. And now section C in D minor. He's risen, Christ Jesus the Lord. We know this tune as Walter, because it was created by C. Ferdinand W. Walter from 1860. But we know this tune in major key, but I'm playing it in minor, D minor. D minor is the 6th scale degree key of F major, of the home key, and it has 1 flats. Now back to the first manual, section A, octave 4, B flat major. B flat major is the subdominant key, 2 flats. Sei du mir gegrüßet, welcome, happy morning. Section B, Christ the Lord is risen today, in B flat major, subdominant key, 2 flats on the second manual. Section C, on the third manual, also octave 4, so you could hear different principal stops on different manuals contrasted. Tonic key, F major, section C, He's risen, Christ Jesus the Lord, known as Walter. And back to first manual, welcome, happy morning in F major with octave 4. And in our program we have next Lithuanian Eastern hymn. Linksma diena mums nušvito. I'm translating it. Happy or joyful day is has appeared to us, created from 19th century. Very famous Lithuanian hymn tune, and I'll be playing with 2 principals, I believe, and some flutes too. Yes, and maybe even 16 foot in the pedals. Section A, Lithuanian Easter hymn in B flat major. B flat major has 2 flats, and the meter is 3/4 meter. This hymn is played or sung in every church in Lithuanian Easter Day, and probably entire Easter season. Section B, in B flat major, Awake My Heart with Gladness, also known as Auf auf mein Herz by Johann Krüger from 1648, 3/4 meter, B flat major key, 2 flats. Lithuanian Eastern hymn in C major in the dominant key, 0 accidentals. subdominant is the 5th scale degree key. On the first manual, 16, 8 and 4 principles. Section C on the third manual, a hymn of glory let us sing, lasst uns erfreuen, 3-2 meter, G minor key, 6th scale degree from B flat major. Can you recognize the tune? It's not quite clear because it's in minor, but it will be played to you later on in major and it will be very, very famous. A hymn of glory let us sing with Alleluias. Lithuanian Eastern hymn in E flat major. Section A on the first manual, principles 16, 8 and 4 and 3-4 meter. Subdominant key E flat major with 3 flats. Second manual, section B, awake my heart with gladness, or auf mein Herz. Again in E flat major, 3 flats, subdominant key. Section C on the third manual is principle 16, 8 and 4, a hymn of glory let us sing, or lasst uns erfreuen. Now you can hear it well, right? This tune is from Cologne, created in 1623 from Geistliche Kirchengesang. Lasst uns erfreuen. The home key of B flat major, 2 flats. And finishing with section A in B flat major with pedals. On the first manual, 16, 8 and 4, Lithuanian Easter hymn. Linksma diena mums nušvito, or Joyful Day has come to us. And finishing our program for today is improvisation on Handel's Alleluia chorus. Alleluia chorus, famous chorus from the Messiah. And I'm of course preparing registration with all the principles, with mixtures on all manuals, probably coupling the first with the third to create more brighter sound, adding reeds in the pedals, and I think also the reeds in the manuals as well, bombarde, trumpet, and various other reeds on the second manual too. C major, the first manual. F major, jumping between the first and the third manual, creating echo effects on this joyful motive. D minor on the second manual. Creating dialogues between the hands also. C major, B flat major, F major, G major, G minor, F major, first manual between the hands jump echo effects, G minor and F major. B flat major. The famous refrain, Hallelujah, in B flat major. F major, D minor on the third manual, a repetition of the same idea between the manuals, G minor, F major, G minor, sequence downward leading to C major, holding the pedals G, dominant pedal point. It means that I am preparing for the reappearing of the main theme in C major. Here it is, recapitulation. In C major, G major, E minor, ascending sequence B flat major, G minor, B flat major, G minor, dialogues between the hands, imitations. It sounds sort of like a polychoral piece, several choirs appearing on several positions in the church, in one balcony, in another balcony, maybe 6 choirs, but because we have 3 different manuals and 2 hands on each. Yeah, polychoral improvisation. G minor. Now I have to come back probably to C major at some point. A minor, F major, F major, D minor, F major, G minor, preparing for ending. In C major we have diminished chords going upward, raising tension. F major, that's surprising. And now C major. And now time to end, because I'm playing C, extended pedal point on the note C. That's tonic pedal point, and it's usually used towards the end to create the sense of completion and ending. With excursion to the subdominant key, to the F major. And the final probably bars, final cadences. It's spontaneous improvisation, sort of like a fantasy based on Alleluia chorus by Handel. And ritardando at the end, plagal cadence with the subdominant and tonic. So that's how I played exactly 2 years ago during Easter Hymn Improvisation Recital on April 26, 2014. I hope this podcast has been useful to you and inspiring, because I wanted you to show some very, very simple and straightforward ways to combine and create a very, very nice improvisations, and simple enough for you, but I think joyful for listeners, very, very exciting. Okay, so thank you so much for listening, and I hope to see you next time with the next podcast. See you in a week. Bye bye. If you liked this conversation, I encourage you to visit my blog Secrets of Organ Playing at organduo.lt, where you will find lots of insights, practical advice, and training for every area of organ playing. You can subscribe to this blog for free to get your daily dose of inspiration and to be the first to know when any of my future podcasts roll out. I hope to help you reach your dreams in organ playing. I'm Vidas Pinkevicius. Thanks for listening, and I'll catch you online really soon.